Hey FlossTube, this is Colleen and Albus, the Rebel Stitcher. How are you today? This is my second FlossTube. I haven't uploaded the first one yet because I am not very technologically savvy, but as soon as I get help, I figured, hey, there'll be two for your viewing pleasure or displeasure, depending on how this goes and your taste. Let's get into whips. I have been working on the Animal Advent Calendar by Brooks Books. I finished the first one, which is this adorable little cat who's fishing and caught a little fish. Now these are like the 1 through 24, each animal for every day. It's a free chart on her website, on brooksbookspublishing.com, I think is the title. My goal is to have them all, stitch them all, and have them finished as like little pillows and store them in like something with sections, like a tray, almost like a letterpress tray, and have them all facing back. And then each day my kids could turn it around and reveal the animal for the day. So I finished the cat a little while ago, and I've been working on number 2, which is a polar bear drinking hot cocoa. Pretty much most of the way done with this. Obviously he needs a head and the back stitching, but other than that, he's mostly done. The other big project I have been working on is my sampler. It's a modification of a Hands Across the Sea sampler. I've replaced the text with names of female trailblazers, pioneers in their field, or just otherwise kick-ass women that I think history should not forget. Here we are. I kind of zoom in here. Let's see. I know it's wrinkly because I just took it off the Q-snap, but there we are. I'm working on these motifs at the bottom there. That's kind of the midpoint of the sampler. So after I finish those, and there'll be a quote and then another section of motifs and then the end of the border. So I'm maybe close to halfway done, I think. It's hard to see, but there you go. I've been working hard on this one because I don't really want to put it aside, because sometimes when you put big projects aside, it's hard to kind of go back to them, and I don't want to lose momentum, and I really want to finish it this year with the 400th anniversary of stitching and samplers coming to the United States with the Mayflower. So that's my main focus of whips. I had a finish. My son is a gymnast, and he had a meet in Florida, so that means I had some time to kill in the airport because I am neurotically early for everything. He did very good, placed 5th all around, and came in 1st on parallel bars. So we had a good meet for him, my little gymnast. But this is Easter Parade. And here's my finish. Let's see. Let me zoom in a little. Now, I did change a few things. The charted pattern has, if you could see the kind of color that the outline of the wing is, that was the color they charted for the bird, the baby chick. To me, that is not baby chick color. I found this instead, which is much more baby chick yellow to me. And I did change the pink that's in the flower and these little blossoms along the vine, because it was more of a really bright mauvey purpley color, and it just didn't read spring to me. So though other than that, I think it's charted as is, except those 2 colors. And I'm going to bring this to Keepsakes and give it to Jan and have her make a little spring stand-up for me. This fabric is from Fortnite Fabrics. It's 18 count Aida. It's one of their fabrics from the auctions that they hold on Sundays. The fabric was really nice to stitch on. I really enjoyed it. I think the color is beautiful. It was a pleasure to stitch on. So if you aren't familiar with Fortnite fabrics, check them out. They have a FlossTube Married in Stitches, and they're hilarious, and their fabrics are fantastic. So yay for them. So that's my finish. We move on to haul. I am in the fabric, speaking of Fortnite fabrics, fabric of the month. They do. The first time I was just in neutrals and I liked it so much that I decided, hey, I'm going to add the bright color also. They're pretty affordable for fabric of the month. I get 18 count Aida. This is the neutral this time. I think the neutrals he bases off of mushrooms, and the vibrants are based off of different flowers. I don't remember what their inspiration names were, but the beautiful, beautiful fabrics, really nice to work on. That's my fabric of the month from Fortnite Fabrics. My other haul is this chart has been floating around the interwebs. Dressed monkey on the throne. It's a little girl monkey in a dress going potty. It's full coverage. It's not very large, but it is full coverage. I brought this chart to keepsakes. I have a bit of a monkey obsession, especially monkeys and clothes. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just love them. And I was showing this to Barbara, and I was talking about, oh, that's a lot of background for full coverage. She found this amazing 18 count Aida. So all I have to do is do the window, the toilet paper, I'll do the rug, I'll add some definition and shading here, but I don't have to do this whole background. And I think she will actually pop a lot better. You can see this side of her hair and her head kind of gets lost in the shadow. Where if she's just up against this green, man, that's gonna look cute. So it's gonna live in when I finish it, one of our guest bathrooms, whether, excuse me, Albus. My wife doesn't quite know that yet, but she puts up with all my eccentricities, so hopefully this won't test her limits. I love her, the monkey and my wife. Let's see, I don't know if you could read my, there you go, Albus, my shirt, but it says, my Patronus is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. In honor of that today, I'll show you a past finish that comes out of this feminist cross-stitch book. It's been out for a while. Most people have probably seen it. Honestly, no offense, but the portraits really aren't that great. I did the Ruth Bader Ginsburg out of it, but I made some modifications. Like her nose is really weird, but I left that the way it was. And she had no chin line. And it was like face, neck, all one thing. And it was just odd looking. So I tried to change it a little bit. I made some more definition. I made a shadow line. And then instead of the stitched collar that she wears, I added beads and made it like her descent collar. And then this is just, it's just 5x5 ready-made off the shelf I popped her into. So that's something that I finished a while ago just to show you guys. My plans for this week are to drop off my spring bunny finish to get her finished, and to continue working on my sampler. I'm enjoying that more than I thought I was because I'm not a traditional sampler kind of girl, but I really like this one, the way it's coming out. Continue working on that, and I do have a couple more trips coming up, so maybe I'll have some more airport finishes. That's it for now. Thank you very much. Bye.